Hi guys, it's super windy outside, so if it sounds like the house is blowing away, it kind of is. Um, I just wanted to talk briefly about something that affects all of us, either all the time, well, all the time. It really probably affects most of us all of the time to some degree, and that is fatigue. And I'm not talking about fatigue from working too much, from staying up too late, from life. I'm talking about this fatigue caused by a lot of illnesses, a lot of medications, and specifically autoimmune disease because your body's constantly fighting this inflammation and this level of pain. And I don't even know where it all comes from, and doctors are also very confused about fatigue. They seem to be very confused about where and why and how to combat it, and I think that a lot of them also are confused about the severity of it. Some of them are understanding, not all. Not about the severity. I think a lot of them really don't realize how big of an issue this is for us and that it's just not something we can push through or power through. I have always been one to try to combat fatigue as best I can with exercise, with walking, with pushing myself to do things. And I still am a great proponent of that. I know that when I do get outside and start doing things for a little while, I do feel not cured, but I feel okay. I have to push myself to do them or I won't do them. But my fatigue levels have definitely gotten dramatically worse over time as my joints have become worse as well. So it's a little harder for me to power through. But my fatigue levels have definitely become much, much worse over time to the point where I really can't push through them without danger. I really have to be careful. There's a lot of times where I can't push through my fatigue and just drive or make appointments or go shopping because those are dangerous things for me to try and do under severe fatigue because I literally completely run out of energy at some point, a random point, and I never know when. And it's, I have to pick my battles. I can't be off alone 2 hours from home and just not able to drive home. And that could happen. It's just a reality. There's times in my own house where I'm doing like 2 dishes and then I need to sit down and then go back and wash another glass and then go sit down. This is really overwhelming, and I'm just not going to lie to you, it sucks really badly. I have a lot of things I want to be doing, and the fatigue is my body. My mind becomes fatigued at times, but most of the time it's not. I'm still in there, and there's a lot of stuff I have to do, and I want to do, and I need to do. And I am at times, most of the time, at least right now, incapable of doing them. I have been in a flare for a long time right now, and I'm on higher doses of prednisone. As I've mentioned, spent the day Saturday in the emergency room. I have been resting since then. I really have been, aside from making sure that the animals are taken care of and a few other things, not pushing myself too hard. And yet I still wake up every morning, even if I slept, completely exhausted, and that exhaustion does not abate throughout the entire day. And I really wish that I had some good things to tell you. I want to, there's a million things you can do to try to combat fatigue and to make yourself feel better. And you should absolutely try every single one of them. And if one of them helps you, even just a little tiny bit, that's amazing. I don't care what the things are. If they are standing upside down on your head and that works, great. Absolutely great. Yoga, meditation, knitting. I don't care if you drink green tea, cleanses, whatever might help you, fabulous. I have not found a secret magical tool to combat fatigue. Neither natural, neither medications, chemicals, rest, none of these things make it that much better. And it's unfortunate. When my inflammation is under control, or I've never really, it's been a long time since I've not been in a flare, but when my symptoms are less, then I will have a little more energy. But otherwise, I got nothing. So this isn't to tell you that I have a magical cure for this all-encompassing, overwhelming fatigue that literally makes you feel like you are underwater trying to live your day. You're trying to walk around and do laundry and breathe and talk and walk underwater. And it is exhausting. I am used to running a farm, splitting firewood, hiking every single day. I have had chronic pain for most of my life, thanks to starting with endometriosis when I was 19, but I still had energy. And even as I started this journey, when I started to get sick with these, with autoimmune issues, I had a lot of fatigue, but it wasn't constant. And now I'm very often completely shocked and overwhelmed by the level of my fatigue. It is shocking. And even when I'm doing stuff, it is there and I am fighting it with all I have, but I'm exhausted. I am just exhausted. And so this is just to say that it's a little bit of a rant about fatigue and how exhausting it is. And also that the frustration that there's no relief. You never rest and think, oh, I feel rested even for 5 seconds. This is just to say, yeah, it's a bit of a rant. I hate it. It is probably one of the worst, if not the worst symptoms to me. Because obviously pain is horrible, but I think even pain is easier to manage and to fight through than the fatigue, which really takes control and which really, it can't be properly combated, I don't believe. And I just want to say that for everyone else out there that is trying to fight this fatigue and live their lives and work and clean their kitchen and shower or even just get out of bed one day a week, you're not alone. You're not alone. You are essentially fighting that battle alone. I know it's extremely isolating and it's extremely frustrating. Like I said, I fight this every single day mentally as well because there's a million things I want to be doing and I'm just not even capable. And you really have to learn to pick your battles. And one small thing can totally wipe you out for the rest of the day. But be grateful for the very small things that you can do. It's important because it is always important to focus a little bit on the positive. I'm not about walking around being a Pollyanna, but it's just about keeping yourself sane. So that's why you need to focus on the positive as much as you can instead of just totally focusing and dwelling on the negative, because otherwise you will go totally insane. And that is what I work very hard not to do and what I'm trying to also spread awareness and hope that you also don't go totally insane. And that's why I am always mentioning about focusing on the positive and the little things. They're super important. They're way more important than we realize. But when it comes to fatigue, it's a very individual experience, like I said. And if you find anything that helps you, I am so happy. I don't care if it helps you just a little bit or even if you just think that it helps you, because it's definitely a lot of mind over matter. At least for me, it doesn't make it go away. It's just that I push through it. Like I said, it's always there no matter what I'm doing. But yeah, it sucks. It is probably my least favorite symptom, the hardest one to cope with, and the most controlling symptom, I think. because I think it really takes over us way more than any of our other day-to-day symptoms. So if you are like me dealing with really high levels of fatigue right now, just rest, try the very best you can, and just hope that it's going to pass and that you get a little bit more of you back again. Can't make any promises, but we just keep hoping. At least I do. So I wish I had better advice, and I wish I had something more encouraging to say, but sometimes you just lose and it wins, and you just have to roll with it.